Why do apostles usually stem from broken people? And you know what we do around here, folks, so let's talk about it. So Berserk's entire apostle system stems on the belief of collapse, where a Baalit, yes, I said it correctly this time, where a Baalit activates when a person is going through a intense amount of great anguish. The God Hand offer you demonhood, but you do have to sacrifice the most precious thing to you. In other words, this ritual does not target healthy individuals. They're always targeting broken people, especially those broken people that are going through a lot of pain at that moment in time. And the God Hand members can be like, hey, there's always demonhood. You can always do this. Because in order to become an apostle, this broken person needs to be able to be in a point where they can be emotionally manipulated because they just have nothing else left in the world. Enough for them to be able to say yes to the bargain that the God Hand members are presenting to this specific person. The sacrifice itself is not random. Again, it has to be something that is precious to this broken person. Otherwise, it won't work. That's why a lot of these apostles are usually people that were deeply wounded. People that are attached enough to something that's precious to them where they're able to then sacrifice but end up being rebirthed into a transformed version of themselves. And yes, Mura definitely has shown this over and over again. Take the Count, for example. He's driven into madness because of his wife's betrayal. And well, his Baalit responds to that kind of despair that he goes through. And guess what? He sacrifices her to transform into this weird slug thing. Rosine comes from abuse, regular beatings, daily life that no child would want to have to go through. And she reshapes her trauma into monstrous elf paradise. And of course, the egg of the perfect world, who was a social outcast that was crushed under the dead. Imagine being crushed under the dead. Whereas Baalit does end up activating because, I would definitely not want to have to deal with that either. So the creation of apostles is what happens when sacrifice is answered with surrender, instead of struggling like Guts. And what you come to learn is that Berserk continually asks the question, are you willing to suffer, or are you willing to break because humanity is letting you break and fall to the circumstance of becoming an apostle? And apostles are usually the ones who fail that question. Because it also shows that not all broken people also become monsters. It's saying that monsters are usually exploited from those that are broken within. And Guts is the counterexample to that, because look at him. He would have a reason to become an apostle. Continuous pain and struggle is what this man has had to face in Berserk. So yes, apostles are broken people. The Baalit and the God Hand are made to benefit off of these broken people.